It has now been about 24 hours since Xbox announced that it would be purchasing Activision and bringing those games, some of them exclusively, to the Xbox platform. Fallout at Sony has been noticeable, including a significant dip in their stock, but one question is on everybody's mind. What games will be exclusive to Xbox going forward? We have some insight, or I have some insight into this because I feel like we just did this story with the Bethesda merger. But let's talk about what has happened in the last day. There's a few things to go over, and we're going to focus on the hit Sony stock took and what games are likely going to be exclusive to Xbox going forward. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like my videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when they go live. So the most immediate impact that we saw today, even yesterday evening, was that to Sony stock. It dipped about $20 billion, which is definitely a significant amount. And you can see that obviously investors in Sony are noticing that Xbox has made a major acquisition here, and Sony is going to have to figure out some type of response. Many have theories, but nothing at this point. We do know to date that there is going to be a Spartacus answer, which is Sony's answer to Xbox Game Pass, basically. But there's no denying that, the stock hit has been significant. This is over the past 3 months. You actually see they're up 1% over the past 3 months. But if you look at the last day, they're down another 5% today, and then 13% overall. With this interesting spike, this is probably after hours trading, I would guess. We'll see how that all settles out tomorrow. So that's where we're at today. Sony stock has taken a massive hit, but what is going to happen with games exclusivity? This was sort of answered yesterday by Dina Bass. So let's take a look at what she said. She basically said, further from Phil Spencer on the exclusivity issue, I'll just say to players out there who are playing Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platform, it's not our intent to pull communities away from that platform, and we remained committed to that. So reading between the lines, it does sound like they are going to be keeping games on the PlayStation platform and not pulling everything to the Xbox platform. But he's had a few historic quotes where they sort of started by saying, oh yeah, games are still going to be exclusive or on all platforms. And here's what they're saying today, and here's what they said in the past. Today they said, Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms, and we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. In an article, it was also stated Microsoft plans to keep making some of Activision's games for PlayStation consoles, but will also keep some content exclusive to Xbox, said a person familiar with the company's thinking. I'll just say to players out there who are playing Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platform, it's not our intent to pull communities away from that platform, and we remain committed to that. That was a Spencer interview with Bloomberg. Now, historically, I feel like we've actually been here before. We recently went through the Bethesda merger where also Microsoft was talking about how they weren't being very clear about what was going to happen exclusivity wise until the deal was finalized, and then things started getting a little bit clearer. So going back to when it all started, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox Studios, confirmed to Bloomberg that Bethesda's upcoming titles will arrive on other platforms on a case-by-case basis. In the immediate future, 2 games published by Bethesda, the time-bending shooter Deathloop and a horror game Ghostwire Tokyo, will arrive for PlayStation 5 as timed exclusives as originally planned. Separately, Satya Nadella said when the Bethesda acquisition happened, when we think about strategy, whether it's in gaming or any other part of Microsoft, each layer has to stand on its own for what it brings, CEO Satya Nadella told Bloomberg Monday. When we talk about our content, we want our content to be broadly available. So largely, so far, it sounds like games are going to be coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox. One more quote. If you're an Xbox consumer, Phil explained, and this was during the meeting when they all talked, this is about delivering great exclusive games for you on platforms where Game Pass exists. Being very cagey before the ink solidified, basically, or maybe this was the day the ink solidified. They waited a long time to confirm what games are going to be exclusive to the Xbox platform. But if we start thinking about what happened with Bethesda, we can get a clearer picture of what will likely happen with Activision. So with Bethesda, ESO stayed multi-platform, of course. That's like an online community, right? Other games, however, are going to be exclusive going forward, like Starfield and Elder Scrolls. So recently, in an interview with GQ, here's what was written. For that reason, exclusivity has been the elephant in the room ever since the buyout. It's been confirmed that next year's Starfield, arguably the biggest game of 2022, will be Xbox and PC only. Spencer says he sees the same for Elder Scrolls 6. In his eyes, Xbox is the whole experience. Xbox Live, Game Pass, cloud gaming, friends lists, save states. It's not about punishing any other platform. Like, I fundamentally believe all of the platforms can continue to grow, he says. But in order to be on Xbox, I want us to be able to bring the full complete package of what we have. And that would be true when I think about Elder Scrolls 6. That would be true when I think about any of our franchises. That was a very recent interview with GQ talking about any of their franchises being exclusive to the Xbox platform. Now, the Xbox platform does include PC. It includes Xbox Series S. It includes Xbox Series X. And it also includes the cloud, which allows older consoles to play all of their games. Often referred to as the Xbox ecosystem, this covers a large amount of users. Now, Activision is a 10 times larger purchase, or darn close to it. So let's talk about some of the franchises and how we can only guess what's going to happen. So here's how I think it's going to shake out. I think World of Warcraft and StarCraft, right? These are franchises that are quite large. Those will come to Xbox Game Pass PC undoubtedly. I think World of Warcraft will make its way to console, something that Kat pointed out on Unlocked recently. If you want to go check out that full episode, she has amazing insight into things in the industry. So World of Warcraft coming to console would be a huge boon to that game, especially as its population has been declining. Separately, games like Diablo 2 was recently out, and Diablo 4 is on the way. I think those remain multi-platform for the time being, but in the future, once deals are done and confirmations are no longer made about them coming to any other platforms, I do think Diablo 5, for example, would come to Xbox exclusively. Call of Duty is sort of the elephant in the room that everybody is thinking about. What is going to happen with the Call of Duty franchise? And for me, it seems very clear. Look at what they did with ESO. ESO remained multi-platform because that's how the game was built, right? I think Call of Duty Warzone will continue to remain multi-platform, while the Call of Duty franchise yearly editions will be Xbox exclusives going forward. That's my 2 cents on the subject, and that's how I think they play it out. Smaller games like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, I do think those become Xbox exclusives going forward. And Overwatch is sort of a strange one. Big PC audience, cross-platform. I could see that one going either way. I know they've also had issues with populations of Overwatch, and with Overwatch 2 on the way, which is an odd split, I'm not sure what is going to happen there. So that's sort of my 2 cents on the whole situation. Yes, it's not their intent to pull communities away from that platform, and we remain committed to that. But historically, they said similar phrases, and then in the long run, it shook out a little bit differently than gamers expected. So to recap, I do think that everything's going to come to Game Pass for sure. Absolutely. They're released on multiple platforms, but content exclusives, those are going to be on Xbox. Anything that used to be exclusive to PlayStation, that's not happening anymore. And like early releases of content that would be tied to an Activision game, that's just going to come to Xbox from now on. They're all going to get rolled in the Game Pass. That's pretty much confirmed, if not confirmed, off the top of my head. And yeah, Call of Duty Warzone stays multi-plat. I think Overwatch stays multi-plat if you press me to make a choice there. Hearthstone will stay multi-platform. I think World of Warcraft will come to console. I do agree with what Kat said on that. Spyro and Crash Bandicoot will come Xbox exclusive. But the thing that I don't think a lot of people are considering are mobile devices. I think the acquisition of something like King Games that makes a lot of games you probably haven't heard about, like farm type games or games for kids. I think those are going to be a major play for Xbox going forward in the future. Anyway, that's how I think all of this is going to play out. I think Call of Duty goes console exclusive because at the end of the day, Xbox wants to sell as many Xboxes and wants to get people in the Xbox ecosystem as quickly as possible. Now, will they use this as leverage to get Sony to start adding Xbox Game Pass or some version of Xbox Game Pass to the PlayStation 5? That would certainly be interesting and is an episode upon itself. But for this one, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you like my videos, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when they go live. I do appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member and support this channel, memberships are turned on. And thank you to all of the members who have supported this channel for so long. Some crazy news this week. I think we're going to be talking about it for a while. And if you want to be a member of this channel, you click that join button right there. Thank you so much. I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody.